Hi everybody, it's Az here from Heel vs Babyfaces. You see me traversing around the Isle of Giants on my little water strider. It's a place we're becoming very familiar with, and more so now because there was another big patch on the PTR last night, and some more significant changes have been made to this place. And the biggest one probably is the fact that we've now lost the ability to fly on the Isle of Giants. You can only attack it through either getting onto the flight path or, if you want to risk it, walking over from the Zoichin province. But another big change is the reskinning of a lot of the dinosaurs. Look at the dire horns now. They are looking absolutely incredible. Also, the Devilsauruses have had some little tweaks. Some of them haven't. The tan dire horns that are just to the left at the top there, they haven't received any changes thus far. They may not, they may, who knows. But there's been a big change as well to these little ruins that are around the place. This is like a Zeppelin crash. And we've now got people from the Jurassic Expedition. Not only that, but they're selling some very interesting items that are meant to aid you here on the Isle. And that's to get these intact Devilsaur hides. And if you use them, then it will actually disguise you as a Devilsaur and will allow you to move around the Isle with a little bit more freedom, but don't get too up close and personal with any of the wildlife or they will eat your face. But this video promised a couple of things for hunters, so don't panic. First of all, how to tame the dinosaurs on this island, and secondly, the introduction of some spirit beasts to Pandaria. Well, it's these guys here, the Dinomancers. These are the people who are going to drop the ancient tome of Dinomancy that will allow you to tame Direhorns and Devilsaurus on the island itself. But they've also had a new ability added, which was that heal, that dark mending. It wasn't there before. I wasn't expecting it. I let it get through and it healed it up to full. That time, I managed to interrupt it, which then allows you to continue the DPS, and if the Dinomancer gets to roughly 45% of its health, then it will then convert into a dinosaur, and it will no longer be able to cast spells to heal. So then it becomes just a little bit of a DPS rate. Burn it down, and fingers crossed, you get the Ancient Tome. That case I didn't. But regardless, if you don't manage to get it, you will always get one of those bones. But do persist. Look at the time. It's 4:47 server time. It's 5:04 when I finally managed to get a drop. This is it. And it's going to be a soul-bound item, so people can't come here, try and farm it, and then flog it on the auction house for extortionate amounts of money. But a little persistence, 20 odd minutes persistence, and I managed to get it for me. So I'm just going to find it in my inventory, right click to learn. You can find more of these. I went around to try and get the Devilsaur one. I couldn't get it. I spent a little while. I found another Direhorn one, which I just vended for 37 gold, 50 silver. So dismiss your pet, of course, before you tame anything, and only go and tame the hatchlings. There's no point in attempting to tame the bigger ones. First of all, they're too strong, and secondly, if you try and tame it, it will simply say that it's too high a skill level for you to do so. You stick with a hatchling, then you'll easily be able to grab one. And look at it. Isn't it very, very sexy indeed? Now, I personally like the blue ones, but of course, there are multiple reskins of these creatures around the island. Further to the left, we have the stone ones. Here, we've got some green ones with some very nice striking black stripes and big red eyes. Sounds as if I'm trying to describe them in a loving way, but they do look absolutely fantastic. Again, don't bother with the biggies. No point whatsoever. And then further around the island, this is actually on the eastern side of the island, we have some red ones, which again just look absolutely fantastic. But it's not just the aesthetic of these beasts either. They default as tank pets, and they also have a very, very interesting ability, which is called reflective armor plating, or reflect armor plating. And what it does is it allows that pet to deflect all incoming spells that are in front of it, and it has an amazing looking graphic to go alongside as well. Look at that. That looks really, really cool indeed. And also, you'll find the Direhorn adopts the stance. But remember, it's not just about dinosaurs this video, it's also about spirit beasts, and there are 3 of them. and they are spirit porcupines scattered around Pandaria. The first one is here in the Jade Forest, and it's static. It won't move from this position. And I tried to tackle it a few times on my own to see whether or not I'd be able to tame it, and it ate my face a lot of the time. If you let it get anywhere near you, it will hit for around about 300k melee hit. Alright, so what I was trying to do here was just use my slowing abilities to keep it at bay, but there again, you saw it had a spirit heal. If you're not careful, it will heal itself up to full, so make sure you've got an interrupt or a silence available. When you get it below 20%, it's then enabled it to be tamed. So what I did is I just scattershotted it and then did the tame on it, which allowed me just to have that little bit of time to grab it. Yes, I got myself a spirit beast. Now there are two more. The second one is in Krasarang Wilds, and it patrols a very specific area on the map. I attempted to tame this one as well, and all it did was fire off a big load of projectiles that just ate my face, which you'll see in a second. But this one is called Degu, actually, not Dengu, do beg pardon. And it goes from the Crane Wing Refuge to the cave on the eastern side. It patrols that area. So this one isn't static. It does move around. So I tried to use the same tactic first time, and then we have an uninterruptible here. These barrage of needles, and it's just bang, 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 ate my face. I'm going to have to revise the tactics for that. The third one is Gummy, and it can be found here in Kun-Lai Summit, pretty much directly west of One Keg. I attempted the same tactic that I used on the very first Spirit Beast, but this one has a penchant for charging you. So even if you slow it, it will charge and eat your face. So there we go, Spirit Beasts and Dinosaurs. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please do like, comment and subscribe to my channel. Also, do follow me on Twitter and please like my Facebook. Both of those sincerely need your support, and I'll be back with some more 5.2 stuff later on. You take care, everybody. Bye-bye.